Hi everyone, down the allotment again today. It's the 30th of June. I've not been down since the 17th now, I think, which is when I last sort of give a bit of a spray for blight. A bit of bad news, I have got some blight, but I can kind of work with it for about to keep my eye on it. I'm going to dig some spuds up today anyway. It's mainly me, this row of international kidney that seem to have a few patches on, so I'll get rid of them. Some people on here have suffered and just had to completely top the crop off. So it's a bit of a jungle. This should be a path down here, but obviously I can't walk down here now, so I have to support that back. I've got loads to do today, just generally a tidy up. I've got a bit of blight on my King Edwards, but I can pick the leaves off on them and just try and, you know, hold it back as long as I can before I actually have to dig it up, and hope it doesn't really get into the tubers too much. Everything's collapsing everywhere just under the mass, so you can't really get in there to tidy it up really, without damaging some things. But there'll be a crop of potatoes on it. My oilers are slightly blight resistant, supposedly, so I'll let them battle it out a little bit longer, because they're probably my favourite potatoes on it. Without having a right good look around, everything seems to be okay. I'll come and get the camera off the tripod in a minute and see how things are. Say I've loads of strawberries, probably a lot of them are overripe, so I'm going to try and set some wasp traps today before they sort of home in. But yeah, all in all, it's not too bad considering. But I'm not, like I said, I've not had a proper look around yet, so there could be loads of disasters. So it needs a good watering everywhere, so I might sort of do that as a first job. We've got a big long hose pipe, so I can maybe just put it on a slow trickle and actually just lay the hose pipe on the actual beds and just let them slowly, you know, wick through the bed. Things like my peas, just to help them fatten up and that. Because this first row here, first green shaft, obviously they're way in front of these other two. Courgettes, I've got a few courgettes, which I'm glad about. I didn't know whether I was going to come and have great humongous marrows like I was last year, but I'm not bothered about having really productive courgette plants, because there's only so much you can do with courgettes. Some of my broccoli side shoots have sort of blown. I thought they would, but I'll harvest them anyway. There's cabbage. I don't even know how my cauliflower's doing. I can't even see in there. Well, the cabbage heads are just massive, so I'm going to have a good harvest today. Get rid of a load of stuff. I've got my big pumpkin plant here. I'm going to try and plant it, but I've got a feeling it's going to just snap on me, because I had to support it with a piece of pipe. It's in the van at the moment. It's about 8 foot long or something like that, so it's not going to be easy trying to pot that in the ground. But we'll just see what happens with that. If it breaks, it breaks. No big deal. It's just for a bit of fun anyway, really, for the kids. So I'll get the camera and we'll have a look around, because you might see some disasters as I find them. Right, let's get this camera off. Right, so where do we start? We'll go up top end. Well, top end, should I say, be like the north end. Get around all this asparagus. It's sort of like wants fencing up sort of thing. I might put something around it at the end of the year. Right, so we'll start in here. Blueberries, some are ripening off. These nasturtiums I planted a few weeks ago, on the packet they're apparently dwarf, that I got from Asda. So I'm not slating Asda for the seeds, because I've had some good seeds from Asda. They're only like 50p or something like that, but they're a trailing variety. They're going all over the place. I just wanted a little dwarf row. So all it's going to be ripped out, because I can't really get into harvesting blueberries with all that mass in there. It looks very nice and pretty, but nevertheless it's in my way. Yeah, some, oh, you can see there, some ripe blueberries now. The size of them, probably like the size of 5p piece, 1p piece maybe. These peas here. These strawberries. Yeah, it's a fruit. What the hell's this? Some sort of rabbit carcass on my plot. That's not good. Someone's been on my plot having a bit of a feast. Right, I have to get rid of that in a minute. Get my gloves on to do that, I'll just get a spade and do it. So, where we're up to. Yeah, as you can see right there, I can't see my screen, that's blight on that, but I can't see any sort of horrendous sort of whole plants that are rotting away. So when you spray, you can't cover every single bit of green. They will be getting sprayed again today, whatever I don't dig up. These raspberries could do with another support higher up, if I've got everything with me today to do it. My van's absolutely chocker with stuff. So there's loads of strawberries on these now. I didn't think these would get as big as what they said they were. But there's plenty on here. So I'm going to harvest a load of them today. But yeah, as you can see, it's like, it's got it here. You know, there's quite a few patches. See it down there. It's just before it spreads, and these are ready enough for me now. They must be. Must have had about 12 weeks or something. You know, it starts getting a bit like that. You've got to be careful. It starts getting out of hand a bit. Maybe I think Duke of Yorks had toppled. These my Duke of Yorks, might be Rowan Morris pears, maybe. I don't know. Can't tell. No, they'll be Charlottes then, so they can come out. I'm hoping if I can, I might get rid of these first 3 rows completely today, free up some room. Because I have nowhere to sort of dump stuff on here, or work or anything. So I can't even get down this path. It's actually 2 foot wide, this path, but obviously can't get down that. Peas, stacks of pods. I'll get some water pumped in them. Brassica, there's still plenty here. You know, I can't even see my screen at all, this sun. It's going to be a hot, long day today. But there's plenty of side shoots I can hack off. Cabbage are massive. These mini Savoy, just all compact in there. Celery, that's doing okay. Courgettes there, which I don't know why they're not romping away. They're a different variety than what I did last year, I think. Some of this lettuce has started sort of going a bit funny on there now, so I'm going to get rid of some of that. These capper onions, a little bit of rust sign. The old Autumn King carrots here that I should have thinned out months ago, but I didn't, so they'll be a bit twisty. Parsnips, they're doing alright. These later ones are slowly catching up. This garlic, this can come out today. I think it's rusted up. I have a suspicious feeling that they might not have split, because we had such a mild spring. You know, garlic needs a bit of cold to actually split. So they might actually just be like a big solid bulb, I don't know. I have had that before. I've had it with elephant garlic. Sprouts, I have no idea because I can't even see in there. Let's try and find somewhere to see. So they're near enough at the top of this net now. It's like 3.5 foot high. So there'll have to be some modifications pretty soon on this. I can't see any sprouts forming yet, but the actual plants are looking pretty damn healthy. These are quite short, stocky things. These are kind of Evesham special. I've got another path down there. I've got no hope of getting down there either. This is the Orla, and at a quick glance I can't really see any bad signs of blight on that. Plenty of ladybirds knocking about though, which is a good sign. The plot next door to me here, he to hack all his potatoes off because he got real bad blight. broad beans, I think it's like chocolate spot type thing on it, I'm not sure, but they're coming off them today, most of the peas. Sweet corn, need to do a bit of pollinating on them. Just to the old pollen dust. Since there's not too much wind about, give them a helping hand. Try and reach the ones at the back. Do with a race, but it's slightly blown away this, to be honest. I might actually just stroke the heads and so to speak, stroking the head. Dwarf French beans, just an absolute mass. Plenty of flowers. The ones I grew last year didn't get anywhere near this big. But, we'll see, it's a bit of a mass. At least it's good ground cover. Right, I think that's kind of cool. These are just sunflowers, these. Russian giants. I don't know how big they're going to get, just leftovers from what I did for my daughter for school, so I had some left over, so I thought I'll stick them in here. Leeks are okay, bit of rust on them. That's still completely empty, that bit. It's going to be hopefully winter brassica bed this, which the seedlings are at home. So that's a quick look around the plot. This asparagus is getting a bit silly now, a bit floppy. Right, so I've lots to do. I'll film bits as I go along. It could be in one video or a few parts, I don't know. But I brought myself a nice cool bag full of drink, some sandwiches and that, so I'm going to be here probably till it goes dark, I bet. I mean, it's 5 to 10 in the morning. I'm just going to keep going as long as I can today. I'm not really in the mood because I'm a bit knackered, to be honest. Right, I'll get on with that then. I'll speak to you soon. Right, I've cut the tops off the Jersey Royals, well, International Kidney, 2 rows of Duke of Yorks and my Charlottes, because they look the worst for blight. I've left them other ones, they can sit it out and see what happens, same as the King Edward. So I'm going to dig some of these up. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not, you know, if I get anything like last year, I'll be chuffed, but I don't think I'm going to, because I say they've not been watered or anything. We've had no rain and nothing for a long time. So obviously I can't get into water them, not when they're like that. You're just going to blast blighting if you start chucking a hose over them and watering them. So I'm just going to cut my losses and see what I've got. And well, just thankful I've got anything really. Right, let's have a look. I'll just pop you in the tripod. Should be able to see something from there, I should imagine. Right, get me tub. See what happens. Oh, I've also had a bit of a mole having a go through here as well. Let's see what we've got. Just hoping my sound recorder don't turn off in my pocket. There's one. I'll pile them there for now so you can see them. Bit of scab on them or something, I don't know. There's the original seed potato. They're a bit big. There are some nice small ones as well, so I'm not expecting much. Loads of little tiny ones on it. They're not a bad potato, these International Kidney, but I don't think I'll be doing them next year. So I mean, there's hardly anything on that first plant. Nothing like last year, I think I had about 13 or 14 spuds on the first plant, but you never know. We'll see what happens. I did plant them a lot closer together this year as well. And I'll chuck these in some because they're in my way. Oh, that's a bit better. Deformed like, but spud's a spud. I mean, I don't mind them that sort of size. So, I mean, there's still, considering the first early, they usually, I found these need longer than what they say really. To get them all the right size. Right, last year's were monsters, to be honest. These little ones are great in potato salads. It's just if you can be bothered picking them all off. Which today I can't. I only planted these about 10 inches apart. I mean, it's that dry, the soil. We'll do one more. Bloody hellfire. I seem to be getting a bit more as I go along the row. A long spread on them. Oh dear. It's just so dry. But I did say I wanted these out in June, and it's the last day of June, so it counts. Right, one more and that's it. Yeah, definitely getting bigger as I go along. Even the sweet potatoes are in good nick still. Probably plant them and get some more if I'm avoided. Can't be bothered picking little tiny ones off them all. There seems to be so many stragglers this year, seem more like clumped together. Makes digging a bit easier. I do prefer the first early straight out the ground, you know, and not stored. I find the Duke Yorks are pretty good storers, to be honest. For roasting and that, they're great when they've got about a month in storage. Tend to roast better. Yeah, I can't believe how dry it is. Can't moan. It's too wet in winter, too dry in summer. No happy medium. It's just the way the country works, I suppose. Alright, that's the reveal on them. What should we do now? I'll dig up a Duke York, see if they're any better. Just move your camera over a bit. not a lot of room here. I really do with the cameraman. I think they're about in shot there, sort of. I'll try and put the camera higher. Here we go, Duke of York, see if there's any better on this. Oh, Luke. Oh yeah, these seem a bit better. Not brilliant, but still lots of tiny ones on them, you know, that could have been fatter. You know, like peas. So let's crack this soil down here and I'll lay him out on this. So, I don't know if you can see this or not. Not bad, I suppose, for one plant. There's a bit of a meal there for a couple of people. Like I say, I've got 140 odd plants on this plot, so I'm not going to be short of spuds anyway. Right, so I'll get on with doing the rest of whatever I'm going to do, because time is passing by. Right, it's 8 o'clock at night and I've had enough. I'm a bit sick of gardening today now. It's been a long day. Didn't get everything done, got quite a bit done. Still need to do a bit of clearing up. I did mainly harvesting today, so we'll have a quick look around what I've done. So in these blueberries, where all them nasturtiums were, I've just stripped them all out. I've put them in the compost bin. I've had a few blueberries off. You know, they're just sort of ripening now, so they've had a good watering. And net's covered back over, so blackbirds shouldn't get them. I've sprayed all my spuds. You can see they're all getting this blue colour as it's drying on them now. I've picked off a few leaves that look a bit suspect, so just see how it goes. I mean, these need a good at least another month really before there's going to be anything much on them. I've harvested some strawberries, just had a few from this big row because they're just sort of just coming into season now. So I've had a watering. I've not fed them, I haven't got time today now. I've had a couple of trays of strawberries out of that row, which I'll show you in a minute what I've harvested. Pulled some lettuce, a couple of them are going manky at the stem, so I've had that quite a bit this year, lettuce rotting off at the stem for some reason, I don't know why. But, so if anyone's got any tips on that, let us know. I've never really had it before. Cleared up in here, had a couple of cabbage that had gone a bit funny, they're tucked underneath, so got a bit of a tart up in there, and picked some broccoli, taken some cauliflower, which you'll see in a minute. Just give this a watering. What have I had out of this? But I've taken the beetroot out, all 4 of them. Watered the parsnips, taken a few carrots out, they're a bit knackered at the tips actually, so guinea pigs are having them. Pulled up my salt and white garlic. Brussels sprouts had a water, not even been in there to do anything. Good job I'm coming around here because I've left my scissors down here. I've not even looked in these dwarf French beans for anything, so if there is some fair dues, I'll get them next time. I've had another shake at these because the wind's calmed down, just try and get the pollen going. I'll have to check around the bottoms for suckers and all that lot and think about it, snap them off or whatnot, I don't know. Broad beans, I've picked loads of them off. I'm leaving the plants in for now. Any pods that are left on it can dry up and I'll use them as seeds if I do them again. I don't think I'm going to grow broad beans next year. Just don't eat them enough. Sunflowers, I've had a water in. There's one a bit droopy, but it's perked back up. I was going to put canes on, but run out of time. I've harvested one of the Savoy cabbage, one of the mini. It's not that small, to be honest. Watered the celery, courgettes, picked a few courgettes, picked an iceberg, watered the peas. These should start fattening up soon, hopefully. So I need to get some bits of timber or something and just get some more slate batten. I think I put a little fence around this just to keep it up, 'cause keep brushing past it, I'm just going to be wrecking it. Right, next thing, the pumpkin. It's here. There it is there. Now, I'm going to let you decide for yourself how I got it over here. Basically, I had this in my van. I've been holding it back in a pot for God knows how long, so it's had a bit of a twist and a bit of a crunch, but we'll just see how it goes. I've got a smaller one there. So basically that cane there, stand back a bit, that cane there is 8 foot. So the actual pumpkin plant is probably, goes past it at the end, it's probably getting on for 9 foot long. It was in a 35 litre pot, no 30 litre pot. I'll show you the remains of the pot now. I'll try to. It's there. I just obliterated it to get it out, and it was hard work getting it in, put it that way. So little pumpkins on it. I say I don't know if they're going to set, because there've been no male flowers on this one yet. I think that one might do better. It's had some horse manure put in there, and some grass clippings dug into it because it's so dry and it's been watered up. Sprayed all them. Right, so we're going to have a look at the harvest, because I've got to lug it all over to the van. It's all around here laid out for you to see. There you go. Right, so we'll start off here. There's the beetroots. A bit big. There's my garlic, the rusty garlic. Cleaned up okay, it's not a bad size. This is Solent white. A few blueberries in there. Strawberries, courgettes. 2 big trays of strawberries. Oh. Some spring onions. Iceberg. A great big romaine lettuce. One of broccoli spears. There's my cauliflower. They're not a bad size, then they're a good 6 to 8 inch head. They're the international kidney. That's just one plant of Charlottes. The Charlottes aren't too bad. And there's the Duke of Yorks. So I mean the Duke of Yorks and the Jersey Royals, I think I've dug 9 or 10 plants up to get that, compared to one plant of the Charlottes. So it's a big stack of broad beans. Some are a bit over the top and some aren't quite ready, but never mind. Just got a bag of greens there for guinea pigs. Cabbages, just walk around and have a look. These are the Primo 2 cabbage heads. Nice and firm. Here's a mini Savoy, whatever you want to call it. It's got a good head on it anyway. It's not so small, but nevertheless it's a Savoy cabbage. So overall I'm pretty chuffed with that. So I'm just not looking forward to having to lug it all over to the van now. Because I've had enough today. Alright. Well, as the sun's going down over there, it's been a nice day, no rain, which is nice, because there's nothing worse than doing all this when it's pouring it down. So next video, I don't know, a couple of weeks maybe when I get back up here. There won't be much more apart from harvesting and stuff really, but I'll keep you posted as I go along. There'll probably be more from the back garden and the polytunnel, all disasters and all good things, as you do. Alright, well thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.